There we go, guys. It's the quarterfinal still. We have covered the semifinal already. Now we're falling back into the quarterfinal, which is not that bad, but we are still struggling to get up to speed with other players. Focus crushing opponents all over the place. 2-0 here, 2-0 there, marching through the entire grid. So he's speeding things up. On the other hand, we have Lucifer, who had to wait for his opponent, and now he's facing off Lex. So Lex, a player that I don't really have all that much information about. He's playing for DKH, a German clan. And yeah, he is spawning as the yellow undead player on the bottom half of Ancient Isles here in the first map of that quarterfinal. Score is still 0-0, and on the other hand we have the legend himself, one of the best undead players that ever touched the game. It's Lucifer from South Korea, so he is pretty damn good. You know, all the stories about him, crazy videos on YouTube where he had like the insane micro, the borrow micro, dodging the stomps from a TC as well. So he got everything down. He got a huge history of Warcraft. He also played on MYM together with Focus, together with Moon, and at some point also together with Grubby. Excuse me, guys. And now we're gonna get ourselves a beautiful, nice undead mirror. So no, it's not Spirit. Lucifer is starting with a DK and a late Graveyard. On the other side, we're gonna have a Lich opening, followed up with Ghouls by Lex. So Lex is not playing the same meta game that 120 is playing, or 120, like I just learned that his name is. The 120 got the metagame that he goes for that lane Graveyard as well, and then he will be aggressive with a DK, with the Rod, will try to delay your attack by going for the Acolytes with the Rod at your Graveyard, and so on and so on. So we're gonna have DK and late Fiends coming for Lucifer, starting with an early DK. We're gonna have more Ghouls coming out of the Crypt. The Lich will be there in a second. We have also the Scout coming in from Lucifer, so he knows this is probably a Ghoul layout. You can also sometimes just see it by the base or the look of the base. You just know, okay, this is a Lich. He will probably be aggressive. He will creep that one to a level 2, and then he will have like Dark Ritual as well as the Nova. But the downside of that strat is that you cannot heal the Lich. So as soon as the Lich gets a lot of damage in the early game, you might be in trouble. You have to play really careful, and you have to take good care of your Lich. You are not willing to take like losses all over the place. DK is already coming with the Rod. The Acolyte seems to kill like one of the, what is it called? Seems like the Acolyte killed one of that critters, one of the little tiny sheeps. And now we see that the DK with the Rod of Necromancy wants to be aggressive. Lex on the other side with the Rod of Necromancy and the two Ghouls is going over to the other side of the map and is just like bypassing his opponent. Is going to creep the side of Lucifer. I really like that. He only took 2 Ghouls, but now we're gonna see like 4 skeletons running in on the Acolytes, delaying the tech. Or do we see an aggressive Lex coming out? Because this is usually also a fast tech that is used by the late Fiend build order. We have a second Ziggurat, so he's playing it rather safe than sorry. Probably the better approach against something like a Lich. We have the Acolytes both still alive. One of the Acolytes is dropping fairly low. Is this one going to die? No, this one is not going to make it in time. The Lich has to be careful. He doesn't want to be slowed down and attack with the Rod of Necromancy. He's attacking 2 Acolytes at once. This one dies before the coil arrives. 4 skeletons going at it. And he needs to keep that... He needs to keep that alive. Whoa, he kept that alive, but 2 Acolytes already dead. Third one dies. Lich now slowed down. He lost one of the Ghouls already, but Lex is doing a fairly good job. Now the Lich is taking a lot of damage. Can he be blocked? No, he squeezed it through. He is slipping Jimmy. He can squeeze through all the narrow positions on the map, and now the Lich should be not slowed any longer. He's slowed for a goddamn long time. Lich level 1 is dead. You do not want to town portal out with that one, because he had like 10 HP, and what do you do with a 10 HP Lich? You rather let him die and get him back and fresh and fully loaded from your altar. So no tech for Lucifer. We do see a tech coming in here for Lex already. He gets the Lich back. Of course, this all gives you experience, and the DK is already level 2 without creeping anything, which is of course the downside of the story. But in the meantime, Lich will be back in a second. He didn't lose one of his Acolytes. He got a spare Acolyte as well. And this is just amazing. The Ghouls are now getting in position. He's waiting until the Lich comes out. He will go for the Lich. He will go with the Lich for the creeping. But on the other side, Lucifer will be aggressive. I like that. Lucifer is not falling back into that pattern of like, okay, I'm kind of stuck on my side of the map and I will probably go to creep. Of course, I feel that this might be the right thing to do. It's also cool to see that Lex is scouting with that Acolyte and reveals that kind of aggression coming out of Lucifer. So both of the players tricking each other into somewhat of a game here that nobody wants to play. The Acolyte kind of chase, and also the Lich is about to be level 2, just like with really tiny bits of creeping. I think the only thing that he killed was like one Forest Troll Trapper there. Now the one Ghoul has to be careful. He's still fighting against the creeps. He micros that one accordingly. Level 2 for the Lich. Now with the Dark Ritual, maybe if he gets a Nova off, he can slow down the movement speed of a Fiend and surround it with the Ghouls. That would be really, really good for him. But I don't see it happening, because there's also the Unholy Aura that is kind of the counter to the Nova slow and the Nova movement speed slow that you have. The tier 2 tech, of course, is a hell lot faster. It's a hell lot faster. It's like 50% faster for Lex. Of course, as a Lich player, you also need to have that fast attack. And now we're gonna see Lucifer is stealing the first creeps from the side of his opponent. And this is also something that you want to do whenever you can. Steal creep spoils from your opponent, because this is limiting his kind of creeping. And also, if he wants to creep that camp and he goes there and he doesn't know that it's gone, he's wasting time. And if he goes for other camps on the other side of the map, he needs to spend time to get there. So make it as hard as possible for your opponent to creep something. Take away creeps that you whenever you can. And as it seems now, as it just looked like it, the Lich went there to check like, is it still there? No, it's gone. DK is coming. Tier 3 tech is not started yet. Kind of surprising. I think I would prefer to have like a fast tier 3 tech instead of the DK, but also it's kind of dangerous, because if you don't get the DK earlier on, you might be like pressured really hard. I also like the decision of getting like another Spirit Tower there close to the Frost Tower, because there probably will be more aggression coming out. Lich is always that kind of hero that wants to get a snipe on like 1 or 2 Acolytes to limit your economy and limit your mining. And yeah, also positioning yourself close to your main base whenever you feel like, oh hell yeah, I haven't scouted the Lich for a long time. Where's that Lich? Where are you? What are you doing, mate? Whenever you feel that kind of thing in an Under Mirror, it kind of feels like you want to play it safe and be close to your main base to pay attention to that. And for Lucifer, he's playing this really smart. He's playing this really, really smart. And it looks like that it will work for him so far. He's already almost level 3 on his DK, while the Lich is barely level 2. Your 3 tech immediately being started, and it seems like, yeah, he catches up. He catches up in tech. We have a Sacrificial Pit, and the whoa! That graveyard is super late. That graveyard is super late. I'm not sure if he goes into mass Frostworms or anything. We would need someone like Chechi, and he stole that creep spot here. He stole the big one with the Nova, so that was a success. Can he steal the other one? He could use Nova Coil and this should be enough. Yep, does that, but the DK has to pay the price. He even got the replenishment potion that was dropped from that guy. So well done stealing the experience there from Lucifer. But he's level 3 nonetheless. We have a Slaughterhouse coming. The Lich just started. We do have a second Crypt coming right now. And the graveyard is, as I said it, the graveyard is already super late. I didn't know that you can get a Sacrificial Pit without a graveyard. So there's always a lesson that can be taught, and always some pieces that you can learn from every single game of Warcraft. It feels like until you have the Orb of Corruption, you will be in a downward spiral. Like your army composition will get lower, weaker and weaker. And we have the Shade out, scouting the red spot. Can he get that one? It seems like he will be in range for the Nova. No, he doesn't get it in time. Nova on one of the Fiends. Coil is still on cooldown. Can he get that one in time? Bam! Kills that one. Very last second. I think the cooldown was about to wear off. He should have maybe Cycloned the Lich so that he doesn't get another kill. And speaking of the Cyclone, now using that one to get another get a surround on the DK, but he misses that one. Spends a second Cyclone. Wow, I'm kind of crazy about that. He didn't pull the ghouls and wanted to go for a fight. He sacrifices the DK. He's not even... Okay, I know. I thought like he's not going for the deny on the DK, but of course you are not going for the deny, because the next target, the next Cyclone will be on your Lich, and then he is surrounded afterwards, and you don't want that to happen. You don't want to lose both of your heroes. So double Crypt, and we're gonna have a Boneyard, probably Frostworm Gargoyle. Like Frostworm Gargoyle, Lich DK. Not sure if he will add a third hero, probably not. He can probably not afford it. Lich is now going to clean up the mess that the DK left there. He's going to get his Lich up to level 3 before he picks up the Orb of Corruption. That will be, of course, a nice pickup for him. Reducing the armor of the Fiend. Level 2 Nova is so needed to kill the Fiends in no time. as well as the Ghoul Frenzy that we see at the moment. So Boneyard, Ghoul Frenzy, DK, and Dreadlord. Third hero is definitely coming, preventing that DK from coiling in time. We're gonna have a Dreadlord in a second. And speaking of third heroes, Dark Ranger is already there for Lucifer. So Lucifer getting like the better end of the map. He stole the red camp, he stole an orange camp from his opponent's side of the map. He made good use of the Cyclone. He was able to kill level 1 DK and get some extra time for that. And now we're gonna see that the DK and the Ghouls decide to go for some more creeping on their hands, trying to steal camps from Lucifer. But Lucifer is like, yeah, you know what? I have been on the left side. I'm gonna take the right side of Ancient Isles for now. You can have the rest of my camps, and I'm gonna take like the big juicy pack of camps on the right hand side that are still all there in place. So first Frostworm is coming. We're gonna see 2 Gargoyles coming as well as the Dreadlord. Do we have the Orb of Corruption yet? We don't have that. We have the level 2 for the DK, so Unholy Aura is there. Is he going to dive on the Acolytes now? Is this something that you want to do? We have the Health Stone for the Dark Ranger, which is of course great. We still have the Shade spotting all the movement. So this is also great from Lex. So Lex is using that little kind of map hack that you can have, the Shade. And if your opponent is not aware of it, is not scouting it, that's like doing everything that you need. With immediately a Town Ball being called, he basically only killed 1 Acolyte, and the return kill with one of the Ghouls is definitely there in play. So he lost 1 Acolyte, both lost the Home Portal. That Shade did its job. Not sure if this was all worth it in the end. We're gonna have more Gargs coming. Gargs and the 1 Frostworm, and probably the 1 Garg Frostworm. Orb of Corruption, Dreadlord. He just needs a fresh rod, I feel, and then he's good to go. I think this is the army that you need, or maybe even a heal scroll. Probably a heal scroll other than a rod. Yes, he picks up the heal scroll. He's at 50 supply, and this is like a power spike that you can get at this point. You have like everything that you need. Probably we do not have a Town Ball. We do have a Town Ball. Lucifer is playing it safe. He got like a really good control of the map at this point. If it goes longer, I feel like the Fiend composition with Destroyers will get stronger over time. But I feel that at this point, even so that I'm not a main undead player myself, I feel at this point the yellow army from Lex will be way stronger. Because if you morph 1 or 2 Destroyers, they will probably be sniped. He didn't see the Gargoyles yet, so there's no web. If I'm correct, I'm not so sure, but I think there's no web yet. And if he doesn't have the web and the Gargs catches you off guard, that will of course be great for you. As speaking as the yellow undead, speaking as Lex. We have another Ziggurat coming in, and the 50 supply should be strong enough to deal with that. I wouldn't be surprised if he crosses like 2 Fiends before Lucifer Town Balls out. We're gonna figure that one out in a second. Shade is now seeing the positioning. Will he get the Nerubian Tower? It feels that way. Yeah, Nerubian Tower will be gone. Lex is taking a little bit of too much time. He faked the Town Portal with the Staff of Teleportation. I like that. He can kill the statues in no time. He can kill the statue, but he sleeps the DK. He cannot use the Town Ball. He sleeps the DK, and we do not see a Town Ball yet. He wants to kill the Frostworm, but he gets so many return kills. He kills all the Fiends of Lucifer. This one is dying as well. The sleep on the Lich. He killed all the Fiends. If he kills that one, all the Fiends are gone. Of course, he had to pay the price of the Frostworm. That Destroyer is going to escape for now. Only Ghouls remain, and the Ghouls doesn't seem to be too strong to deal with that, so he's bringing the Gargoyles back. He needs to kill the statue. Can he really do that? I'm not so sure. There is no coil. There is no coil. There is no coil. A heal potion needs to be bought. Oh, what a big mistake. Loses his first hero. Blames it on the lag. Can of course be the case, because this is probably a European playing against a Korean, and if you're not familiar with that kind of delay, have fun playing on eddies, I have to say. But losing your Lich is definitely costing you the game. We do not have a Frostworm. 29 supply, 27 supply that remain against the 40 supply. The fight that was a good one for Lex turned out to be a shitty one in the end, because he lost his first hero. But yeah, Lucifer, well played, bro. I'm impressed. I'm impressed, mate. GG.